Hi, everybody. My name is Amy Schumann. I am the head of reference at the C.H. Booth Library in Newtown, Connecticut, and I'm here to show you how to use Ancestry.com from home. The first thing you will need is a library card from us. So if you're pretty sure you have a library card already, even if you can't remember the number on it or you think it might be expired, what you want to do is come over here to Ask a Librarian. And if you click on there, you'll either be connected to one of us immediately who will help you out, or we'll send an email to our help desk and we'll get back to you fairly quickly. If you are pretty sure you've never had a library card through us before, then you can come here to the center and click on Apply for a Card. Now, once you get your library card number, you're going to want to come up here to Digital Resources. And if you go to the third one down, Genealogy, we're going to click on that. I just need to scroll down a little bit. I'm going to go down here to Ancestry.com. Now here is a form you will have to fill out. When you send it, we'll receive it and we'll reply back with an email that has the password to the Ancestry database in it. And within that email, it'll have a link to the protected access page. But I'm just going to click on this one right here. And also, my computer has memorized the password, so it's not asking me for it. But normally it would ask me for it right here. And then I click on Ancestry Online, and it takes me to Ancestry. Now from here, it's hard to give people very general advice about using this because it all depends upon the family you're researching and how much work you've already done. But I usually give people an idea of what they can expect by coming over here to New Collections. If you click here, this is just a running total of everything that Ancestry has recently added, whether it's a whole new collection of records or something they have just expanded a bit. It's not uncommon for them to have something like World War I draft registration cards. And when they first put it up, it might only have a few states, but they keep chipping away at it and updating it. I'm also going to come back here to Home. I'm going to click here on Begin Searching. And before I click on searching a name, I'm going to scroll down a little bit to show this Explore by Location feature. I really like it because it gives you an idea. Let's say if you click on Europe, you can be, oh, well, let's see, what do they have in Finland? Not a lot, but it's something they're constantly adding to. This database definitely started off strong on United States, Canada, Ireland, Great Britain. They're getting more diverse all the time, but you'll definitely have the most luck if you or your families are from those backgrounds. Now I'm going to do a basic search here. Just going to type in a name. Leslie Towns. Oh. You'll notice when I start to type in a name, it gives me some options. I recommend you read these because they can be very helpful if your name can be spelled a couple different ways, or if you're someone who could be like Bill or Will or William. This will help you narrow or broaden your search. I'm going to click on Search. This first record isn't what I want, but as I scroll down, I think the second one is what I was looking for. So let me click on this. Gives me a little summary, and it's letting me know that yes, in fact, Leslie Towns Hope is Bob Hope. And here is a record of one of the many times he was crossing the Atlantic. You come down here, you see him down here. So anyways, this is a quick introduction to Ancestry. I hope you give it a try. If you have any questions, you can always email us at help@chboothlibrary.org. Thank you very much.